Hello everybody, this is Erica, the creator of the Erica Crooks Show and the website officialericacrooks.com, as well as the video channel here, Official Erica Crooks. And right now I would like to take you on a little behind-the-scenes tour of the Erica Crooks Show and how things are made. So the first stop, actually, this is closet right here. Probably not the most exciting part of this video, but, you know, just as important in terms of independent production on puppet videos. Right here I have a big giant bag of foam. And this is extra foam pieces and things like that. This is technically storage. I have extra foam. And, well, closet, sometimes you need to put stuff in there to make space, right? And this one's a lot more of an open closet right here, where usually finished puppets would be, and some, you know, extra material. This is the bottom of a puppet character that I did in the an exorcism sketch that I recently did for the show. And then I have some cardboard props like breakaway walls and stuff like that. I'm not really sure if it would be any of use of, you know, for anything. Then right here I have, this is usually, like, I would put like maybe a shirt or something like that and have the puppet head for the bigger characters, and it would be kind of a hollowed body. You know, almost like a ventriloquist dummy. This was inspired by spitting image puppets, because this is kind of sort of a similar technique they usually do. And this is actually the shirt that I would use. Still has a neck sleeve in there. Usually, like, the heads are separate, you know, for quick costume changes and really in terms of budget. I usually have the elbow side of the sleeve cut out. So, for the bigger characters, I would like be able to perform. This is what you would call a live hand puppet, and just need to grab a quick puppet head. This is a blank head. Usually, there are characters that are blank faces, and usually eyes would be changed depending on the character. And usually, they'll be performed like this. And Erica right here will be looking into the monitor, so we'll make sure the puppet is looking at you, and this is a really cool angle, boo, and you know, stuff like that. Sometimes, you know, there will be bits where the puppet might stupidly punch their head off and need to have a little neck or something like that. Some of the crazy stuff that I usually do on the show. And I don't want to say this is where the crap is usually thrown into, but sometimes, you know, just random props. Like this is a high voltage box right here, or the box for old stuff that was planned to be used as a sketch. Sometimes, you know, there's a pill box that says junk on there. This is like help, you know, gags I haven't used yet, and one day I kind of spent time making props. Usually be kind of extra material, maybe for hair for a character, depending on what is needed for the script. Sometimes there's, you know, extra foam and things like that. It's not exactly organized, you know. Some foam pieces here, you know, maybe good use for a prop, whatever, you know. Or huge pieces of cardboard. I think I was going to make a shark puppet out of this. Maybe a shark puppet would eat the other characters or something. Then I would have my blue chroma key screen right here, which I normally use. But if I was doing like bad public cable access television, I would use the green screen because my eyes are blue. So, and stuff like that, you know, there's extra material, there's a broken light in there, and this, oh yeah, this is a head a piece for, I think a video I did. And, of course, down here, and I have a feeling that if I'm not careful, this is going to break, but it doesn't matter, everything breaks. Puppets and stuff always have to be glued last minute. Usually, things are usually a mess every single time I take things apart, but this is the puppet car you might have seen in one of my videos. And usually how this works is I have a hole on the bottom, and perform the puppet like this. This would need to be fixed because this is supposed to stand up, but of course it's cardboard. So it would look like the puppet is like driving the car and things like that. And there's this little kind of cardboard handle thing right here, so I can grab hold and, have it steady, so I can have it turn and stuff like that. You don't see the steering wheel, you only see the head, but at least it creates that illusion. And then this is a sort of a blue screen prop, so if I was going to perform kind of a smaller character, sitting or something like that, at least I can sort of create that illusion without cutting holes in the chroma key screen, because that would be very bad. I feel that puppets are a recyclable craft, so you're always recycling and things like that. This is alright. I thought it was in blur for a second. Okay, so this is when the video gets a little more interesting. This is right here. This is where most of the Erica Crooks Show puppets are in. And, it's funny, when I started in 2006, 2009, there was about 50 puppets, and unfortunately my abusive father threw them away, but now, I think it's sort of doubled. I haven't counted, so, things are usually just thrown in here, keep things organized. This is part of a new character, kind of like it's Spy's husband. Shy, I think his name is. I have Rotten the Witch right here. And his hair was taking off, probably to supply another character. And again, it's hard to kind of keep things organized in a small space. And I don't even remember what this was. I think I was trying to make a blinking puppet and it didn't work so well. I think I tried to make a rod puppet have like the mouth moving, and again, that didn't work so well. So what the rods are actually, which is interesting for those people who might be wanting to learn, some puppet people, these are actually clothes hanger wires, but I actually ordered these special blue ones so they would work well with the chroma key, which they have. And of course, usually the way to go about it is to spray paint it, but I haven't had much experience with spray painting. But, usually so you don't stab yourself in the hand and end up like the puppets. Usually, this is very cheaply done, but, the best thing I could recommend is a black duct tape. You wrap it around like that, and you get a little bit of a better grip on the puppets too. And then when you operate both, it's almost kind of like operating chopsticks. You usually have the two rods like opposite, your fingers. So, the thing that I try not to do is usually when handed rod puppeteers, they usually have the hands kind of go like this. I usually kind of try to have a challenge, so you would never know, this character has been used much, but he's definitely like one of the more newer stock characters. And it's all mixed. Unfortunately, it's not organized. And there's some new characters that haven't been filmed on the show yet. This is a puppet body that I used, and unfortunately some of the material is wearing out, which is typical, and the arms have fallen off. Again, it's very natural. This character I've been using for a while, but you know, the puppets always wear out, and you know, they always need to be fixed before I film it. You know, as you can see here, the glue's coming loose on the eyebrow, and some of the paint is cracking. So, you know, when I can afford it, I'll probably use, you know, different kind of paint, maybe mix it with latex or something, and stuff like that. This is one of my more best built puppets, I think. Yeah, and I'm not getting paid for any of this. Okay, that's enough. And this was a remake of a puppet character I did in the earlier Erica Crooks shows, and this is the remake of the head. And as you can see right here, it hasn't changed since the short. If you don't leave, I scream. And you know, how it was edited didn't go so well, where he opens his mouth and the teeth fall out, and this is supposed to be eyelids again. You know, it could have been done a little bit better. These are actual bandages I had, and you know, I just wish it was edited a little bit better, but of course this is a stock character, so, you know, take off the features, and it would be glued. Everything I do is, I don't sew anything because I don't know how to sew, but everything is basically glue gun based and acrylic paint and polyurethane. And I think this was some kind of sketchbook binder sort of thing, and I kind of duct taped the middle a little bit because it was cracking, and then I painted the mouth black, and yeah, yeah, public access intern. And I think it looks a lot better than the earlier puppets. But, you know, of course, you know, there would be little times where it would rip some of the foam out, and, you know, it would need to be painted over, you know, before filming and stuff like that, you know. And sometimes the neck piece needs to be glued for the body. Again, the puppets always need repairs, you know. If I want this character to be female or maybe a rocker, somehow I would glue that on and make some distinct facial sort of thing so it would capture the character, because face is very, very important for puppet characters, you know, especially if it's a fixed expression, you know, because their faces are very, very limited. These are not animatronics. This is Cyberbully Rotten. Little bastard, pardon the language, that usually gets beaten up all the time. And this is actually a sort of a sock on a little mouth plate, and a little ball of foam for the forehead. And a lot of these puppets are very small and stuff like that. One time there was a bit that I did where the character got teeth knocked out of him, and I think there was a stop film sort of thing where there was crap. Sorry, I have to think about it. Well, there was nutshells basically in his mouth, and he opens his mouth, and they all come out, and to create the illusion of his teeth getting knocked out. Well, with this character, it was just foam pieces, and you know, you can always do those little tricks and everything. Yeah, this was a rod skeleton puppet that didn't work out that well and wasn't used on the show or anything. And this was another one of the puppets. And again, it's usually kind of a stock character. And again, you know, the puppets wear out. You know, you can see a little bit of wear. So before this little critter can go on camera, just basically glue those pieces, stuff like that. Maybe have a little rod right here on the edge so it wouldn't be seamed around the wrist like I did in the earlier stuff. And we'll have to paint these little areas. You know, a lot of hard work, but you know, I'm used to it. Show's almost, the filmed version's like about almost like 10 years old. And And this is me. So a lot of the puppets and everything are usually thrown in here, so I'm looking for a particular character. It can take forever. There's Mr. Williams, whose mouth is not doing so great. I don't know what this is doing here. And hands are possession, because I did a live performance a while back, and I guess I haven't used him in quite a while. It's a shame, because he's usually the villain in the show. And this is the green screen behind me. I usually have an office chair right behind me, and if I turned over here for a bit, that is actually the puppet workshop table. And there's actually a laundry bin full of puppet scrap and stuff like that. The chroma key is usually thumbtacked to the wall. I guess the maintenance doesn't mind. There's always this little annoying little dot thing, because I really need a new camera. And so usually have a black office chair right here I usually sit in. And put on the puppet right here. And usually I kind of film on a wide shot. You know, usually when you're doing things, you want to usually have the camera shot all set. Usually the show is widescreen, so I would usually have it edited kind of like this. Oh, where'd you go? And then the chroma key would basically be changed to, say, a background that I created earlier, or depending on if there's a specific background that needs to be needed for a sketch. I don't understand any of this. Whoa, hey! What to the background? Hey! Did I used to have rods or something? I don't understand any of this. And then sometime, you know, usually with the jerks and stuff like that, so sometimes, you know, a lot of times on the show, jerks would be punished, like, say, for example, a weight would slam them on the head or something like that. What? Ugh. Ow. Ugh. 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 And those are usually the basics of how I do my puppet videos. So, hey, feel free to visit officialericcrooks.com. I have the blogs talking about my work and things like that, more behind-the-scenes videos, more my irreverent puppet videos, and more about me on officialericcrooks.com. Also subscribe to right here on the official Erica Crooks channel, and there'll be like new videos coming up and stuff like that. And make sure to share the videos with your friends, spread the word, because really want to get this stuff viral.